Clay McKinney, Developer On-Ramp, Introduction to HTML course. We're talking about web graphics, and in this video we're going to talk about SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics. Now, this is completely different. So far we've been talking about what's called raster images. Raster means grid, and a raster image is a grid of pixels. So we just have rows and columns of pixels, and the pixels are the tiny squares, right? And that's how this is done. A raster image is a grid of pixels, and each pixel is 8 bits red, 8 bits green, 8 bits blue, right, for 24 bits per pixel, and that's how a raster image works. A vector image is a very different thing. A vector image is like you give it a mathematical point and another mathematical point and tell it to draw a line. Then you would tell it, the thickness of the line and what color you want the line to be. Maybe you would draw a triangle, maybe you would draw a circle, and the circle would just be, you would tell it the center of the circle and the radius and the thickness of the line around it, and maybe the fill color. And then you would mathematically describe whether you wanted the circle to be in front of the triangle or behind the triangle. We had a triangle, right? I'm getting confused. Anyway, you understand that vectors are mathematical descriptions of shapes, and therefore, with a raster image, if you stretch it far enough, you start to be able to see those pixels, right? It starts to look funny. With a vector graphic, since it's math, you can scale it as far as you like and it still looks the same. So you can take these things and scale them bigger, scale them smaller. Now, I'm sure you realize already that a raster image is the perfect way to describe a photograph, because in real life, every little point of light is different, right? Slightly different shades. So raster images are great for reality, for photographs. Vector graphics are great for logos and typography and flat color and that sort of thing. Alright, so that's why it's called a scalable vector graphic. An SVG file is scalable because it's a vector graphic, and it's a vector graphic as opposed to a raster graphic. It's math. Now, all of these mathematical descriptions are kept in an XML file, and XML is related to HTML. It's the extensible markup language, and it's just a way they came up with for people to define their own formats, and SVG is one of those formats that people have agreed on. Alright, I have an example of this. I found this no image available SVG file, and I downloaded it and I opened it in Notepad. So I used the download original file button. I opened it in Notepad, and you can see this is an XML file. So up here we would normally have doc type HTML, right? But this isn't HTML, it's an XML file. And then very similar to HTML, we have tags, and this is a SVG tag. And then, like I was talking about, it just mathematically describes the paths, the points that it needs. Whew, that's a bunch, to describe these shapes, these letters, these very complicated letters, right? They look handwritten. Okay, so that is what an SVG file looks like if you open it up, right? Instead of being just 8 bits red, 8 bits green, 8 bits blue, it's actually describing the shapes. But you can use it in an image tag the same way you use any other image. So it's pretty neat. Okay, well, I believe that wraps up our section on web graphics. We talked about how computer graphics work. We talked about the image tag with the source attribute and the alt attribute. We talked about JPEG images, great for photographs. GIFs, great for animated GIFs, great for flat color. We talked about pings, also great for flat color, great for transparency with nice smooth edges you can put anywhere. And we talked about SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics, which are great for logos and typography that you can stretch and scale to any size you want, and they'll always look great. All right, thank you.